Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Tayon back in another video, and y'all, in today's video, I'm gonna let y'all know how I was able to start a brand at 14 years old. But before we get into the topic of today's video, I want y'all to like, hit subscribe, and comment down below so I can know what type of videos y'all like to see in the future. So y'all, with nothing else being needed to be said, really, I'm gonna let y'all know. All right, y'all. So basically, the first step to making a brand is first you want to make sure that you have a thought and you have a vision for your brand. So for me, for instance, what I did for my brand, which a lot of you guys may know, is Roller World. What I had did for my brand was I had first started making little mock-up designs of what I wanted my clothing to look like, and also what I was interested in myself. And later on, you guys will probably like start to kind of like understand like where I'm coming from when I say that. But the first most important step of making a brand is you always have to already have a kind of vision and like imagine inside of your head. If you don't have a vision and you don't have kind of goals, your brand or whatever you're trying to strive towards won't ever really pick up off the ground because you don't know where you are yourself. So how I personally found out where I was myself is I kind of understood my limitations. And what I meant by that was I already didn't really have a past in making brands or making clothing, period. But what I did know how to do is I knew how to edit. I knew how to edit the video. I knew how to do all the things. I already had somewhat of a YouTube personality already myself because of previous YouTube channels that I made. And I was familiar with the ideas of making brands and making clothing. So what I had did was I had first dibble dabbled in like the idea of um, mock-up designing. And first with mock-up design, and like if you guys like don't really know what a mock-up is basically just a plain image of whatever, a hoodie, shirt, jacket, whatever you guys want to create. That's a mock-up. So first I had started grabbing mock-ups, and then I had also started I started using this app called Superimpose X, which basically it makes you like put like things, just random images on just anything. It's basically just easier for you to edit on top of it. I started using this app called Fonto, which is a text app. So, say for instance, you take an image, you can make a text on that image, or say for instance, you want to add a bio or like a bio or like a caption to like a thumbnail or whatever you have it. Fonto will help you out with that as well. I also use this app called Canva, which is where I got my original Roller World logo. That's where I originally got it from. I had used just a plain template, and I had personalized it how I wanted it to go, and that's basically how I got the logo started. The reason I'm telling you this specifically is because when you are creating your logo, you or your brand or whatever you want to create, you always have to find what app works best for you. So even though that I found Superimpose X to be my best friend when I was creating websites, you may want to use Adobe Express, or you may want to use any Flash, or you may want to use an edit software that fits your brand, and that is perfectly fine. Another app that I do would recommend if you're trying to like get into editing is I say go and use this app called Kittl. Kittl, like it's in this beta form now, but that Kittl is literally where I made my new and improved logo for Roller World. So I'm just gonna like go grab my computer and show you kind of like how I did it. Not really how I did it, because like there'll probably be another future video on how I actually did it. All right, so like I was saying in the last part, Kittl is kind of like basically like where I used like to get like all my edits and how I made my new logo, like my own new personalized logo. So I'm gonna go over and go to my computer so I can kind of show you like what the logo looks like and all of the different templates and edit processes that it can get you guys with. So hold on, just give me a second. All right. All right, so basically, here's the logo. This is how I made the logo. This is basically how I was able to make the logo. You guys could probably like go on YouTube to find a better explanation of Kittl and how it's worked and how it's used really. But this is kind of just basically what it does and how you can use it. You can go in, get templates, make your own personal text. Basically, it's basically there just to personalize your own software and whatever you want to do with your own clips. All right, so the second step that I talked about earlier when I was creating my own brand was also building a social media presence. If you have a social media presence, even though it may be prior or to whatever you were doing in the past, you always want to have a social media presence. Having a social media presence will further boost your brand up to the sky. See, I was having a talk with my teacher today about what I needed to do to help further build my brand and make my brand go upwards, just all into the sky. And his main thing was that I needed to start building my social media presence. Now, I already kind of knew this already because I had made an Instagram, which you should go follow at Roller World Official. I had made the Instagram and I had started posting like my brand and my post, I kind of just making stories of all of my content that I was already doing, and a lot of people liked it. I was actually able to go from 0 followers on that account to 100 in just only a matter of 4 days. And that's literally how good having a social media presence can be. My website visits literally went from 0 to over, I think, like 80 in like the last couple days just off of my social media. Like, it is totally plausible, and probably like the best thing you can ever do for your brand is making an Instagram or making a YouTube as well. Making a YouTube can also really help your brand grow and help your brand kind of stand out from others. Because one thing that a lot of people who were creating brands in the past did not have, when YouTube was kind of smaller and social media or just on a just whole general level was smaller, was they did not have the way to use social media like how we use it. People in the past, like say for instance Supreme cannot go on TikTok and post a TikTok of their brand and get popular off of it. Instead, they just had to kind of grind it out. But for us, YouTube is a more like, TikTok is basically like just a more like better way to do your brand and to promote your brand. Literally, I started a TikTok 2 days ago, and now all of my videos average over to 600 to 700 views, and I can basically average like 100 likes. So basically, like, TikTok is literally the best thing to use whenever you are creating a brand. Like, I cannot stress this enough. Social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter is the best way to promote and further grow your brand. It's literally the best thing in the entire world. And also, not even like when it comes to like having a social media presence, people around your area, like literally, you will never know how many connections you can get just from telling like your best friend, hey bro, I'm making this brand, can you go repost it on social media? Them reposting your brand could now introduce your brand to 50 other people, 5 other people, 10 other people, 15 other people. That's literally what also grew my brand. Was I had cousins who knew people, and they reposted it on their Instagrams, and people from their Instagrams came over like, oh man, say for instance, like Lay just posted this hoodie. I like this hoodie, girl. Come over here and let's go repost this hoodie. Let's go follow this hoodie. Let's go. I'm ready to buy this hoodie. Also, people from my class, they went over and they found out that I had owned the Instagram, and they're coming up to me, they're like, man, but when does this hoodie drop? When does this hoodie drop? Like all this type of stuff. And that really what also really boosted my YouTube channel. I mean, not my YouTube channel, but my brand. That's like also what really boosted everything that I had. And like I said, literally, I will say this until this video ends. Make a social media for your brand. Also, if you're like planning on like making a website, which I'm probably like gonna go more in depth into the next part, is no what actually I'll just talk about it now since we're talking about social media here. One of the best ways that I started my website personally was I started using this website called Shopify. And when you're using Shopify, it literally makes it way easier because they literally have all the templates for you to create your website and make it profitable and make it accessible to everybody literally on their website. I made my website in a little to like, I think like 15 minutes. Obviously you're gonna have to pay like a subscription, but luckily they have a deal going on where like the subscription for the for the services is like $1. And with that $1, you are literally accessible to most of, if not all of, the different services that they can provide for you for your website. So literally, like I said, cannot stress this enough, going on social media and just looking up, typing it up on your computer or your phone or your web or your tablet, and just saying, how can I make my website grow? How can I make my business grow? Is basically just doing that. Like, it's literally no type of like no switcheroo with that. There's no tie being tangled to your leg. That's literally the easiest part about making a YouTube channel. Alright guys, so now that we reached the end of the video, I want you guys to know a little bit about myself and the brand that I'm creating. So I'm 14 years old, I come from Mississippi, and I am building a brand in clothing. If you guys want to know more about my brand and support my brand, it's going to be in the description below. And also, I want you guys to hit the subscribe button and kind of just tell me a little bit more about what you guys thought about the video. Go give me feedback. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.